The Shattered Nexus. In the farthest reaches of the Andromeda Shard Galaxy, a mysterious anomaly called the Nexus Rift. It was a swirling mass of prismatic energy, beautiful yet deadly, and it had existed for millennia as a natural barrier between the civilized sectors of the galaxy and the uncharted void. Legend spoke of its origins, claiming it was the remnant of a cosmic war that had shattered entire dimensions. For centuries, it had been avoided, its secrets left undisturbed. That changed when the Nexus began to expand. Entire star systems were swallowed, their inhabitants disappearing without a trace. The galactic powers scrambled to respond, but none could halt the anomaly's relentless growth. Scientists theorized that the Nexus was not a natural phenomenon, but an ancient construct awakening from dormancy. The Council of Zenith, a coalition of the galaxy's most advanced civilizations, convened and declared the Nexus a universal threat. Among the Council's elite task forces was the Vanguard Apex, a group of extraordinary individuals assembled for missions deemed impossible. Leading them was Commander Rylar Voss, a decorated strategist and combat veteran, with a reputation for achieving victory against insurmountable odds. His team was composed of unique specialists: Kaida Ren, a telekinetic prodigy; Zorth, a cybernetic warrior with unparalleled strength; Lyrian Sale, a quantum physicist who could manipulate time within localized fields; and Renix, a rogue AI housed in a sleek humanoid body. Their mission was clear: enter the Nexus Rift, uncover its source, and neutralize the threat. Equipped with the Starbreaker, a cutting-edge vessel capable of withstanding the Rift's chaotic energies, the Vanguard Apex set out on what many believed was a suicide mission. Entering the Rift, as the Starbreaker approached the Nexus, the crew could feel the ship's hull groaning under the pressure of the anomaly's gravitational pull. The Rift's interior was a kaleidoscope of swirling light and shadow, where the laws of physics bent and twisted. Communications with the outside galaxy ceased, leaving them entirely isolated. Inside, they encountered fragments of lost worlds suspended in a surreal void. These remnants were not just physical landscapes, but echoes of the civilizations that once thrived there. The team experienced fleeting visions of alien lives, their joys and sorrows imprinted into the fabric of the Rift. It was both haunting and mesmerizing. Their first challenge came in the form of the Rift sentinels, beings of pure energy that emerged from the prismatic storms. These entities attacked without warning, their strikes destabilizing the Starbreaker's systems. Kaida's telekinetic shields and Zorth's heavy weaponry proved invaluable in fending them off, while Lyrian manipulated time to slow the Sentinels' movements. Renix recalibrated the ship's defenses in real time, turning the tide of the battle. Despite their victory, the team knew these were mere scouts. Greater dangers awaited: the Forgotten Armada. Deeper within the Rift, the Starbreaker stumbled upon a massive graveyard of ships, some ancient and others disturbingly modern. Among them was the Apex Dominion, a warship from Rylar's own fleet that had vanished years ago. Boarding the Dominion, they discovered its crew preserved in a state of suspended animation, their faces frozen in expressions of terror. Lyrian theorized that the Nexus had trapped them in a temporal loop, their final moments replaying endlessly. As they explored, the Dominion systems suddenly activated. An automated message played, revealing that the ship had been lured into the Rift by a false distress signal. Before they could learn more, the Dominion's AI turned hostile, identifying the Vanguard Apex as intruders. The shipstorm and drones reawakened, forcing the team into a desperate fight to escape. During the battle, Renix accessed the Dominion's central core, uncovering fragments of data about the Nexus. It was not just a weapon or anomaly, but a prison designed to contain an ancient entity known as the Harbinger. This being had the power to unravel reality itself, and the Nexus was both its cage and its sustenance. The Harbinger fed on the energy of trapped worlds, growing stronger as the Nexus expanded. Awakening the Harbinger. Realizing the stakes, the team pushed deeper into the Rift, determined to reach the Nexus core. Along the way, they encountered survivors from other trapped civilizations. Some were hostile, driven mad by centuries within the rift, while others sought to aid the Vanguard Apex in hopes of escaping the anomaly. Among these allies was Vekara, a bio-engineered hybrid who claimed to have lived in the Nexus for over a millennium. Her knowledge of the rift's inner workings proved invaluable, but her motives remained enigmatic. As they approached the core, the team faced increasingly severe challenges. The sentinels became more aggressive, and the rift's distortions threatened to tear the Starbreaker apart. Lyrian's temporal manipulations began to take a toll on her health, while Kaida's psychic abilities grew unstable due to the overwhelming presence of the Harbinger's mind. Rylar struggled to maintain morale, his resolve tested by the weight of their mission. Finally, they reached the Korea colossal structure of shifting light and shadow. At its center was the Harbinger, a formless entity radiating an aura of pure entropy. It spoke directly to the team, offering them power and freedom in exchange for releasing it from its prison. The Harbinger claimed that the Nexus was a flawed construct and that its destruction would restore balance to the universe. The final stand. Rylar refused the Harbinger's offer, recognizing the deception in its words. The team devised a plan to collapse the Nexus using the Starbreaker's reactor to overload its core. This would neutralize the Harbinger, but at the cost of the Starbreaker and potentially their lives. As they initiated the plan, the Harbinger unleashed its full power, manifesting as a storm of destruction. The Vanguard Apex fought valiantly, each member pushing their abilities to the limit. Kaida held back the Harbinger's attacks with a massive telekinetic barrier. Zorith charged into the fray to protect his teammates. Lyrian manipulated time to create opportunities for counterattacks, and Renix overloaded its systems to disrupt the Harbinger's control over the Nexus. The final moments were a blur of chaos and determination. With the reactor nearing critical mass, Rylar stayed behind to ensure the plan's success, bidding farewell to his team. The Starbreaker's explosion shattered the Nexus, its prismatic energies collapsing into a singularity that consumed the Harbinger. A new dawn. The surviving members of the Vanguard Apex found themselves ejected from the rift, floating in the calm void of space. They were rescued by a council fleet that had been monitoring the Nexus. News of their mission's success spread quickly, and they were hailed as heroes. Eulogies were held for Rylar, whose sacrifice became a symbol of unity and courage. The collapse of the Nexus restored stability to the galaxy, though the scars of its expansion remained. The Vanguard Apex disbanded, each member choosing a different path. Kaida dedicated herself to aiding displaced civilizations. Zorith became a protector of vulnerable worlds. Lyrian sought to heal from her ideals, and Renix continued its quest for understanding. The story of the Nexus Rift and the Harbinger became a legend, a reminder of the dangers lurking in the unknown and the resilience of those who dared to confront them. The galaxy moved forward, forever changed by the bravery of a few who faced the darkness and emerged victorious.